It's 5:30, so we'll call to order this meeting for Monday, May 16th. Jordan, would you start us off with the roll call?
Councilmember Ronayne.
Present.
Remley. Lunsman.
Present.
Rife.
Present.
Johnson.
Present.
Reinbold.
Present.
Langer.
Present.
Rux.
Present.
Mayor Shoneman.
Present. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Accept a motion to approve this week's agenda as printed and distributed in our packets.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Johnson, a second from Councilman Reinbold. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, nay. Motion does carry. We'll move along to our approval of last minutes of May 2nd meeting. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Rux and a second from Councilman Ronayne. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, nay. Seeing no one is here to speak at open forum, we'll move along to our consent calendar where we've got 7 items of routine city business, including a proclamation, licenses, a request to serve permit for a couple of alcoholic beverage licenses, etc. Can I get a motion for this consent calendar of these events?
Move to approve.
And a second.
Second.
Whichever one you didn't take is the first.
Got a motion from Councilman Rife and a second from Councilman Ronayne. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, nay. Motion does carry. Next, we've got our new business section where we will be reviewing and recommendation on proposed alcohol policy submitted by the Aberdeen Parks and Rec Board. Mark, are you going to tell us something about that here today? All right, fine. Ron, City Attorney Ron Weger, what can you tell us about this proposed
Mayor.
policy?
Thank you. The Parks and Rec Board has spent some time in 2 meetings and in a work session helping formulate a draft alcohol policy. By ordinance, they're required to submit a proposed policy to this council for your review and recommendation. Again, it has been a lot of work. If you've had a chance to go through that, you'll see that there are appendices that carry a lot of the load for this particular policy. But based upon the proposed policy from the Park Board, both Park staff and City Administration support the proposed alcohol policy and ask that the council recommend approval of that policy.
I'll move to approve it. And second.
Got a motion from Councilman Ronayne and a second from Councilman Johnson. Does anyone have any questions for the city attorney on these details?
I don't have a question, but may I make a comment, Mayor?
Please.
Thank you, sir. I just want to, I don't know who did all this, but holy catfish. This was a lot of work, whoever spent all the time going through all the different areas and thinking about what the policies ought to be at each separate park. And I did go through it in some detail, and I'm really satisfied with the dicing and separating and so forth. It is well thought out, and whoever did this, that had to take a week. It was great.
Anything else from the council before we take our vote on this one? Josh, you had something?
No.
Jordan, would you go ahead with a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Ronayne.
Aye.
Lunsman.
Aye.
Rife.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Reinbold.
Aye.
Langer.
Aye.
Rux.
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Next, we've got the possible approval of an addendum to the agreement for the cooperative use of school facilities and parks between our city parks, recreation facilities between the city and Aberdeen School District, as well as to authorize the city manager to execute that document. Ron, are you in charge of this one?
Yep, thank you, Mayor. Recall about a month ago, the council approved an updated cooperative use agreement between the city and the Aberdeen School District for use of public facilities. At that time, shortly before that approval, the school had resolved to change the name of the Clark Swisher Activities Complex to Brownell Activities Complex. However, it had already been signed up and was in there, so this, what you see here is just an addendum to change that name throughout the existing agreement. I recommend approval.
Move approval.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Rux and a second from Councilman Reinbold. Any questions on this agreement? All right, then, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion does carry. Next, we've got the possible approval of a cased waterline easement to the web on City Lot 1 at Bears Subdivision, which is at the southeast quarter of Section 6T123N, and authorize the city manager to execute and record the same. Robin, will you tell us about that one, please?
Well, I'll describe the area. It's just north of the boulevards area, going across Beard Park, to a private, lot area, excuse me, that is just outside of city limits. And, as they approached us to see what they could do to be able to provide water to their property, the only logical spot for web to cross is around our water lines. So that's where we sent their attorney to meet with Ron and get things put together. So I'll let Ron.
And just to be clear then, the proposed easement will be for a cased water line that actually will go underneath of the existing transmission lines, and the city has two large transmission lines running through that lane, and this will go underneath. And the way we anticipate this, it's doubtful that Webb will ever need to have any equipment even on the lane. They'll be able to handle everything from both ends, and they'll bore underneath. So we would, again, administration recommends approval of the easement.
Councilman Rux?
So the city was not able to provide water to this property? I mean, it's not in city limits, but it is probably adjacent to city limits.
It is adjacent, by right of way. It's north of that Baird Park area, so, their line was as close to us. What we would have wanted them to do is to put in a full 6-inch line versus a service line for that half-mile distance.
Okay.
It's a game changer cost-wise, and it renders that property basically usable only for one residence or one property. You really can't use it for the subdivision.
So this wouldn't hinder, like, if this land has future development on it, anything for that then Webb would have rights first?
Webb would have the right to serve a couple properties, but there's a lot of wetlands and floodplain up in that area.
Any other questions for either Robin or Ron on this one? All right, Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote, please?
I'll move to approve.
Oh,
And second.
we're ahead of ourselves here. Councilman Ronayne got a motion. Councilman Johnson with a second. Any more questions? All right, Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote then, please?
Councilmember Rux,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Rife,
Aye.
Lensman,
Aye.
Ronayne,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Next, we've got the reappointment of members to the K.O. Lee Aberdeen Library Board of Trustees effective on July 1st of this year. We've got Troy McQuillen, Lynn Cunt, and Peter Ramey. And Joe, are you going to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you. Our library board members serve 3-year terms. We have 3 expiring at the end of June. Fortunately, all 3 have agreed to sign up for another term, so that made the recruitment process easier. They just hired a new library director, and they're excited to see that transition through. So staff recommendation is that all 3 be reapproved for 3-year terms.
Move approval.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Rux and a second from Councilman Lunsman. Any comment from the council on this one? Otherwise, all in favor, please say aye.
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 And opposed, nay. Motion does carry. Next, we've got the request approval of the airport marketing grant agreement with the state of South Dakota, the Governor's Office of Economic Development, and to authorize the city manager to sign that agreement. Rich, what can you tell us about that agreement?
Again, about a year and 2-3 months ago, Senate Bill 162D was passed, and that iteration was awarding the 3 smaller
commercial service airports in South Dakota, Watertown, Aberdeen, and Pierre, all $200,000 toward a marketing grant. So moving forward with that, we interviewed 3 local and 1 regional marketing agencies, and while all had some similar elements to them, the one that stood out for us was Hub City Radio with their package. So we're asking that you approve that and allow Joe to sign this agreement.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Johnson and a second from Councilman Lensman. Does anyone have any questions for the airport manager?
One.
Go ahead.
Rich, this is brought forward by a radio station. Is it a multimedia package or simply
is.
broadcast?
No, it's multimedia, and there's some digital elements in there. There's social media. I don't remember what all the platforms are: Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that.
Okay. Any print, magazine, anything like that, or will it be?
We're
more digital?
already advertising in one local magazine, Aberdeen Magazine, but nobody actually brought forward that element.
Thanks for clarifying.
Okay, we got a motion. Second, any other questions from the council? Jordan, would you give me a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Aye.
Lensman,
Aye.
Rife,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Rux,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Next, we've got the request approval for amendment number 1 to a professional agreement with Helms and Associates on AIP 3-46-001-40-2019, which is known as the Taxiway C reconstruction, as well as authorize the city manager to sign that amendment. Rich, what can you tell us about that?
Yep, so costs did get overrun a little bit on this project. Everything still falls within the grant agreement, though.
Move approval?
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Rux and a second from Councilman Johnson. Does anyone have any questions about that amendment? All right, Jordan, would you go ahead with the roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Rux,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Rife,
Aye.
Lensman,
Aye.
Ronayne,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Next, we've got the possible approval of payments for the work on airport improvement projects and to authorize the city manager to sign those pay requests. We've got payment 36, Taxiway C, $1,443.87 to Helms and Associates. Got payment number 6 for Taxiway Geometry to Helms for $4,415.04. And payment number 30, also to Helms, Taxiway Geometry, $1,059.60. Rich, tell us about those payments, please.
Yep, so the first one, line 1, payment 36, is for final administration costs, putting together the closeout package for Taxiway Charlie. And that one's for $1,443. Line 2 is for design services for phase 1, which is 100% complete. And line 3, payment number 30 covers the construction administration observation costs on Taxiway Geometry project.
Move for approval, all 3 payments.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Johnson and a second from Councilman Rux. Does anyone have any questions on these 3 payments for the airport? All right, Jordan, would you give me a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Aye.
Lensman,
Aye.
Rife,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Rux,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Next, we've got, thank you for joining us tonight, Rich. Appreciate it. Next, we've got the review and approval of claims. We've got the bills for this week, May 16th. Can I get a motion to pay our bills?
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Reinbold and a second from Councilman Rife. Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Rux,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Rife,
Aye.
Lensman,
Aye.
Ronayne,
Abstain.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion does carry. Next, we've got the city manager's report, and then we'll take a moment to clear the room for an executive session. Joe, what have you got for us tonight?
Well, first of all, we're in what I would call budget season. Department heads are working on their department budgets as we speak. They'll turn those in at the end of May. Tomorrow, Robin and Jordan and I meet and start looking at capital improvement planning for 23. And then also application materials are out, and we're hearing of some upcoming promotion fund applications. Those will also, they're due on the 26th. So in June, we'll have some information for the council to consider on that. And then also, this is one of those weeks. I like to think that our employees are always appreciated, and we do what we can to show them how they're appreciated. But every once in a while, our community gets the opportunity to be reminded as well. And so we have it's Police Week, it's EMS Week, and it's Public Works Week. So that covers an awful lot of our employees. We do value them all, but you get to see some things. Sometimes you see some things on social media and gives the community some opportunity as well. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Joe, and thank you for the employees who fall within those departments and all the rest for that matter. Take a motion to move to executive session.
I have one thing really quick.
Go ahead, Josh.
I have a question for Rich. Actually, it's a short story, maybe followed by a
I
question.
had written that down, Josh. I let you down. I'm sorry.
I was in Denver last week, and I coming home Friday, and I get to Minneapolis, and the flight to Aberdeen is canceled. And I talked to the Delta people, and they say it's an airport issue. So I called Avis for a one-way rental car. They didn't have one. I called Hertz for a one-way rental car. They didn't have one. So I drove a U-Haul moving van home from Minneapolis on Friday to get here so I can get to my daughter's track meet on Saturday. So I tell you that story to ask the question, was it an airport issue on Friday? And what can we do to make sure we have consistent service into Aberdeen?
We were told that it was a crew issue.
So
Well,
when that happens, what a crew issue usually means is that the existing crew timed out.
I wondered, because if it's their fault, then they're on the hook for certain things, right? And if it's something else, then they're not. So I was curious. I thought I'd ask the question, because that was obviously frustrating.
Not us.
Okay, thank you.
Did you move a piano or anything just to?
No, it was empty. It was actually, I realized halfway the box was open in the back. The whole thing was open. So, yeah.
I also have something, if I may.
Go ahead, Ms. Langer. What have you got?
So last meeting, I obviously had concerns that were brought up, and I didn't bring up names, but I was accused as attackful, so I just wanted to make sure that I address it. So tonight, I am going to give each of you a letter, and I'm also going to give it to the public, and I just wanted to make sure that I ask people to read that, and that is that.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
I'll take a motion for a move to executive session, and we'll take a few moments to clear the room.
Move to executive session.
Second.
A motion from Councilman Ronayne, a second from Councilman Rife. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion does carry. Let's take a few moments and clear the unnecessary people, and we'll pick up where we left off.